Welcome to my Twitch stream, whatever it is I'm doing here. And this thing looks like it is on and it is going. I believe we are live. So let me get this game started again. Uh, if you're just joining us today, I am Pat Luther. I am a science fiction and fantasy author, and I am playing Dragon Age Origins. I chose this game because it's got a really good storyline and lots of good writing within it, and some interesting complexities. So I'm playing through the game and talking about the writing and both storytelling techniques, dialogue options, and the writing itself, as you'll see what I mean. Mostly I babble like this along the way. So here we go. But yeah, let's sit back and I'll watch you play the game and muse about the writing therein. Let's see where we last were. Oh, that's right. We just found this guy. He had a bunch of information to give us about a secret key that he had hidden and some information back at Ostagar. If you remember, that's where we started the whole game. I'm going to harvest this death root here while I talk so I can make some more poisons. Let's see. Which, there's an interesting thing too, right? If, say you have a character, you're writing a medieval-ish fantasy, and that's what this kind of world, I don't know how to describe the Swords and Sorcery world, yeah, right? You see it all the time, Lord of the Rings, Conan, of course, my story, whose name I'm trying to remember, Yagmar the Barbarian, um, which you can find on Vela right now, and on Patreon if you want to join that. Let's see, and get lots of behind-the-scenes things, and deleted scenes, and things like that. In addition to, of course, the incomplete story on Patreon. You can also find that in Villa, and I'm going to stop plugging my own works here now to talk about there's a very large amount of these kinds of this world. And there's a lot of unique things about Thedas, which are different than most other medieval-ish fantasy worlds. But there's a whole lot that's very similar. You know, you got a magic system, you got people running around with swords, you got elves, you got dwarves, you know, a lot of stuff right out of Tolkien. Big wizards, I'm trying to remember where I'm going here. Oh yeah, I was going to head to Osgard. Right. So there you go. Return to Ostagar is now available. So I was going to go up here and see the dwarves, but I think I'll stop by there first because it's not very long. Maybe it is very long, I don't remember now. But there's a bunch of stuff there, King Kaelin's treaties and treasures and information, which could probably help us overthrow the bad guy, Bantegan, who is trying to take over Ferelden, and not fighting the Blight. Remember, we're Grey Wardens, so our big thing is fighting the Blight, and that's something that should always be kept in mind. So if you're writing a story like this, that's the thing you should always keep in mind is what the overall goal is. It's okay to be sidetracked from it. It's certainly okay to do things that are not directly related to that, but it should always be kept in mind, which this game does a fairly decent job of, actually, even though we were running around doing other things. And here's a nice little thing. Okay, remember I was collecting these herbs a minute ago. Sorry, I'm all over the place. This is not how you tell the story. You don't jump around like this. Or maybe you do. That's a technique, actually, which can be used to great effect, though not by me. Let's see, where are we? Collecting herbs. So if you want to have a character, say, who's an herbalist, you can either get into details of the things. You know, I collected death root and found it through the bowl. You can describe the whole thing. Or you can just say, you know, and then Janella collected some herbs along the ways, and while we were camping that night, made some poisons, which she intended to apply to her weapons. So, ooh, I got lots of good stuff. I'm going to grab some of this. Concentrated venom sounds like a really good one. Sounds like even better than, yeah. Mild poison, moderate poison. I don't have a strong poison yet. Okay, I'm just gonna spend a minute, create a bunch of that, and I'll create some of this too. Okay, there we go. I think that's this one, right? Concentrated venom? No, that's death root extract. Venom. There it is. Concentrated venom's down here. Okay. So the first one, and this is the one I have the most of. Excellent. Okay. So you could, either way. You can just have a couple lines, or you can get really into detail. It depends how much. Again, the more details, the more important something is to the story. So if you want to describe the plants, describe the red flower that grows on top of it, or the purple berries, or the leaves, or the pattern of the stalks, whatever. You can get into a lot of detail. But if you do, that should be very important. It should be, that should be a major focus of the plot. It's finding the correct plants. If you can describe them that much, if it's not a focus of the plant, don't overdo it, because your readers are going to expect. If you give a whole lot of details, your readers are going to expect it to be very important. Okay, so now I'm going to Ostagar. Oh, but I get interrupted on the way. Oh, it's this guy. He's a merchant. I think I may have stuff.
Coin, stranger? The doors are marked closed off. Old Tegra can get you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Let's see. Let's just go to doors. Okay, let's see if there's anything I want to get rid of. Oh, I think I wanted to keep the sword. And the arrows. Okay, these are things that I... Oh, wait. Was that something I wanted to get rid of? I want Morgan to have the Blood Battle Mage's armor? I don't know, because her Reaper's Essence are better. Okay. Well, get rid of that then. Smuggler's bracelets are called. These were all older stuff. Wade's Drakeskin armor. Light armor, Drakeskin. Oh, right. This is the armor I had Wade made for me, but it turned out not to be as good as my own. Right, it's not as good as Janella's. Wait. I'm wearing Tevinter Master Rogue. Oh, Rogue Robes, yeah. Which gives you +4 dexterity, +12 defense, +4 armor, etc., etc., yeah. Oh boy, what about Liliana? Is her armor as good? It is not. Huh, it does give a +3 armor. I think I might give that to Liliana. Is she here? No, she is not. Okay, what about Zervin? What's his armor like? +3 dexterity, +4 willpower. His armor. Doesn't look like Drakeskin armor. The armor looks very similar. Okay. I don't know which one's better. It's 1 point of armor more, but it's, yeah. Sorry, Wade. I love your armor.
Stranger?
Gonna sell it to this dude.
Off. Old Tegra can get you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Okay. Discount. Yeah, this would be a fun thing to put in a book too, right? Have old Tegrin here, who we just keep running into, and we're always happy to see him because he'll buy our crap. Let's see, what else is he selling? Oh, does he have a backpack? He does not. Okay, does he have any really cool stuff? Ceremonial armor. Medium armor, okay. Doesn't seem to do much. For 18 gold, you'd think it would do more. Okay. I don't see anything I really like. So we're going to move on. Thanks, Tigran. Bye.
And so I shall.
Here we are.
vengeance swift.
Alright. What is this? Long.
And so I shall.
And a few coins. Okay. No idea where to go here. Oh, hey, there's a chest.
As you desire.
More fire arrows. Liliana's going to be happy. Oh, this was the infirmary. Can I get through this? I cannot. Okay. So, looks like we're going this way. What am I doing here? I think this was under preview. Yeah, returned Oscar. There we go. You've arrived in Oscar to find it overrun with darkspawn. Fortunately, their positions are not as entrenched as you had feared, and most are distracted by a sudden onslaught of cold weather. Oh, that's why it's all snowing. While you suffer the cold as well, you're driven onward by Elric's concerns about the secret documents, the unknown state of the king's body, the opportunity to reclaim the royal arms and armor, and your own desire for revenge. Okay. Elric has drawn you a map showing where he hid the key. That's the important part here. So we want to find the king's stuff and find the chest or find the key. So if I look at the map, okay, it's not on here yet. Probably have to uncover the area it's in. Maybe? We'll see. Okay. I already tried going down there. Can't go down there. Which way did I come from? No, I'm lost already. Came from that way. Let's go this way. Okay, I think I know where I am. Oh yeah, this is where the council was. Interface sometimes sucks in this game, but you know, can't have everything. All right. Bunch of dead people. Let's loot their bodies, because that's what we do. I made a joke of that in War Council. Yeah, that's where they were. Okay. And Yellow Tape and Coffee, there's a reference to that, because I just think there's the
Of course.
idea of always looting the bodies. Hey, I found King Kaelin's greaves.
Look, the royal crest.
Do I have
This
Alistair
was
with
his.
me?
But what else remains?
I really should have Alistair with me doing this. I can go get him. I'm gonna go back to the camp. If I can figure out how to get out. There we go. There's the exit. Yes. Gonna stop at the camp briefly.
I think I
Oh.
owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Oh, right. She collapsed in battle at one point. That was bad. I am gonna tell her, yeah, I'll be nice. But still requesting the explanation. Yes, you had me quite worried.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. Remember my apprentice, Petra? She encountered a demon in the tower. It would have killed her had I not intervened. I saved her life that day, but I did not survive that encounter with the demon.
I did not survive. This case of death is... yeah, she can be flippant too. This case of death has taken a while to kick in then.
Let me explain fully.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I
You did
remember
die.
being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
Wow. So you were never really completely dead then. So you're alive. What's the problem? Yeah. I mean, okay, so she didn't die. She just thought she was about to. So you're alive. What's the problem?
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now,
Oh.
bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And
Right.
this is not the way of things.
So you're
Perhaps the
not.
spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
Wow. So you're gonna. Well, that's a horrible thing to say. So you're gonna die soon. No surprise there. Now, how long will the spirit last? I'm gonna ask that. The practical questions. I can chastise her for it. It's not the kind of thing you just open up casual conversation with, so I'm not going to chastise her for saying that. Make the best of the time, yeah, but I think a little more pragmatic here. How long do we have? How long will the spirit last?
I do not know. I can feel when the spirit weakens, so I should have fair warning. But come,
Okay.
let us not talk about this. There is time yet.
All right. So Wynn's going to die because her spirit is that's keeping her alive is weakening. C'est la vie. I mean, that's terrible.
The stars are out.
Hey, want to come with us to come with us to Alistair? Well, so go help Alistair make dinner. That's terrible. Fluent's clear night. That's great. There's still beauty to be found in this world. Yeah, I think that's what Janelle would say to her. No, she would not say that to Alistair, but definitely to her. And this is also a Tolkien reference again. If you remember, Sam at one point points out that the stars, even in Mordor, you can still see the stars, and they're still just beautiful there as they are anywhere else, because there is light that the darkness cannot reach, forever out of its grasp. There's still beauty to be found in this world. Yeah, and it's still worth fighting for. That's not an exact quote, paraphrased of what they said, but I believe this is a reference to that, probably. There's still beauty to be found in this world.
It comforts me to know that the stars will remain untouched by the blight.
Yeah,
That whatever happens down here, they will shine eternally,
straight out of
their
Tolkien,
light undimmed. There is a story about that cluster of stars over there.
which is fine.
Do you know it? Elindra and her soldier?
See, she takes that and then spins out into something else. A lot of times these games will have, actually a lot of writing to TV shows, my books, will have references to other things like that, and then use them to launch something else. And that's always fun when you use an Easter egg that way. Sometimes it's fun just to put an Easter egg in, which I will do, but have done also. If you watch Babylon 5, you will recognize probably some reference to it in everything I've written at least one Babylon 5 reference in there somewhere. Just because. But anyway, so she's referencing Tolkien, but then she goes on and builds on it to create more mythology of the world, so it furthers the world myths. And I'm going to say, I don't know many stories. I'm going to confess that part to her. When she asked me if I know it, I'll say, yeah, I that wasn't a big part of my upbringing.
Well, I will tell you this one.
Excellent.
A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea, that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier.
Why do these stories always end so badly? No, that's terrible. That's a beautiful story, I'll say. Yeah. I could be more practical, but I'm not going to. I don't want to. So, Liliana, I like this, because this is the kind of thing you got to have in there if you're going to have a character who's a storyteller. That's a big part of her definition. She's got to occasionally tell a story, even if it's something very short like this, which is good. You probably should keep those stories short unless they somehow really impact the plot in a major way. Then they can be longer. Maybe part of it is the plot, is the story she's telling, You can go back and forth, do that, have that kind of story within a story thing. Trying to think of an example of that, but I can't come up with one right now. But I could see it as a technique that would work pretty well. I guess Dream Park did that, right? They had the story of the game itself had a story that they were playing, and then the players of the game had their story that they were telling. And it's also a technique I'm kind of future work of mine. After third book down the line in my pipeline here, the third novel is going to have something like that, but a little different. But anyways, so that's neither here nor there. You have a storyteller character, tell a story from time to time. You got to show, don't just tell us storyteller, show us telling a story. Kind of a weird way of doing the show not tell thing, because you're actually literally telling with your showing. But hopefully you understand what I mean. If not, drop a question in the chat or the comments in YouTube if you're watching us there. Me, there, whatever. This. Okay. I'm going to say that's a beautiful story and continue this the story.
This story is one of my favorites. A tale of a love so great and so enduring that it defies death and moves the gods to action. Sometimes I ask myself, does such a love exist? Can it exist?
Ooh. So yeah, I could just minimize this. But I think Janella's a little, I don't know. How cynical is Janella and how romantic is Janella? That's a question, right? Few loves are so powerful. It may exist, but it never lasts. Oh, that's a terrible thing to say. That's worse than it not existing. If we lose hope in love, then we are truly lost. That sounds like the kind of thing Janella would say to Liliana. Again, she would not say that to Alistair. She would certainly not say that to Morrigan. But to Liliana, Liliana would understand what that meant.
I never expected you to say that. It is a pleasant surprise.
Don't tell the others I said that. I'm secretly a terrible romantic. Nah, I'm gonna say this one. Just walk it back with a joke. Don't tell the others I said that.
Of course not. It will be our secret.
Ooh.
I have to say there is a certain severity to you. Finding a person behind that all is nice. Maybe you should let your softer side show more often. Sometimes following your
finding
heart,
Darkspawn here.
not your head, leads you to remarkable places.
Yeah. I'm busy fighting Darkspawn. Not a lot of room for softness. Okay. Go here. Hello, dog meat. Gotta pet my dog. Ooh, the puppy. Dog meat has no character arc. He is who he is, and always will be. Which is excellent. Okay. Let's head back to Oscar. I don't want to take Alistair with me.
Yes.
I think I still want to take Wynn.
Yes.
I think I might take Liliana this time instead of Zervin. And back to Oscar. Okay. Let's go. Not that way. Let's go this way. The birdie. He's hopping little raven. Yeah, it's been a while since I saved. Or does it save every time I travel? I don't remember. Oh, how
As
nice
you
that
desire.
the entire time I was gone, none of these people got looted. I like how the Darkspawn just doesn't do any cleanup. Nobody does. No time passes while I'm not there. Which is not a thing you want to have in your stories. You know, if your character leaves a place and comes back, and there's a bunch of people in that place, or weird creatures, it should change. They should not be able to just leave and then come back to the same place in exactly the same state as it was before. You know, even if everything you show is from one character's point of view, sorry, I got distracted by the battle here. People kept dying before I could get to them. So yes, even if everything you show is from one character's point of view, stuff should still happen when they're not around. They can hear about or learn about or just see later when they get there. These guys just keep going. Wow. Those guys just kept coming. There's a way to describe it. Again, if I was writing this battle, I wouldn't mention every single one of them. That sounds good. It's a potent poison, okay. So, if I can learn how to make that one.
Lovely. As you
And with
desire.
bodies. What was I saying? Excuse me. One. Okay, and I'm back. And drinking coffee while surveying the dead. So yeah, even... Oh yeah, if you're going to write a story about it like this. Something like this where the foes are roughly similar, the fighting's the same throughout. Could say something like wave after wave of the Darkspawn assailed us. And we continued fighting, etc. You don't have to go blow by blow and tell about every Darkspawn that died. There's the kennels where I brought the thing to cure the doggy. Wait, was that dog meat? Wait, that was dog meat. That's how I met him the first time. Aww. Oh. That's White Wolf. Who else is left? That sounds like an ogre. There's got to be an ogre
And so
in
I
here,
shall.
right? With all these creatures. And there's that one ogre that killed Kaelin. He's got to be around still, right? Herlock Vanguard. Yeah, it's Kaelin's shield. Okay. Speaking of Alistair, the whole reason I brought him here is to see if he can wear any of this gear. And is it better than what he's got? Kaelin's shield. Constitution plus 6 defense, plus 1 armor, chance to avoid missile attacks, plus, oh yeah, that's a much better shield. How about his boots? Plus 6 defense, 10% chance to avoid dodge attacks. Okay, he doesn't really need much of the trap detection. 20% chance to dodge attacks. I'm going to give that to Alistair, definitely. Okay. He's starting in on getting the whole King Kaelin set. Now, where am I going? Very key. Okay, it's to the left and up and right. I like that this map doesn't change when I move around, like certain other maps do. Wait. Oh, it's this way. Mage encampment. Over here. Get to right there. See the other side of this thing? Ah. That looks very key. Key to the Royal Arms Chest. Great, now I just gotta find the Royal Arms Chest. I wonder where that is. Huh. Maybe I should do something that's fucking my throat. I keep getting whenever I do these things. King Caelin's tent. Oh, maybe it's there. Okay. Let's see if I can get to it. South of me. This way. That looks like Caitlin's chest. Mark's blade. Sword one-handed. That might be something Alistair's interested in. Secret correspondence. Bundle documents comprise mostly of private correspondence to and from King Caelin. Nice.
So it's true.
That could be useful.
He had convinced the forces of Orlais to ally against the Darkspawn.
Empress Celine was merely awaiting his response.
A response that never came, and now never will, thanks to Loghain's treachery.
Loghain, that's what I meant, not Tegan. Okay, let's document page 3 of 3. This letter appears to have been crumpled and okay, this letter appears to have been crumpled and carefully soothed and folded again. Caelin, the visit to Ferelden will be postponed indefinitely due to the Darkspawn problem. You understand, of course. The Darkspawn have odd timing, don't they? Let us deal with them first. Once that is done, we can have further discuss a permanent alliance between Orlais and Ferelden. A note written in an uncharted, uncharacteristically familiar tone from Empress. Whoa. Uncharacteristically familiar tone. Oh, were they courting? The King of Ferelden and the Queen of Orlais? That could have been an interesting development if Ban Tegan hadn't put an end to it. Oh, I guess I've got all 3 of these. Look at that. Caelin's documents, page 3 of 3. I also got... these must all have been together. To His Majesty, King Caelin of Ferelden, my warden commander assures me that we face a blight. This thing threatens us both, and we must work together to fight it, lest it devour all. Our two nations have not had a happy history, but that is all it is, history. It is the future that is at stake now. Let us put aside our father's disagreements so that we may secure the future for both our countries. My chevaliers stand ready and will accompany the Grey Wardens of Orlais to Ferelden. Will accompany the Grey Wardens of Orlais to Ferelden. Any word of the might of Orlais will march to reinforce the Ferelden forces. Oh, so she was on the way. And that's credits. Hi, everybody. There's a great line at the end of the Muppet movie where they're floating in a balloon going past all the credits are going by, and they're like reading the credits. Fozzie asks, Kermit, does anybody ever read these things? And Kermit responds, sure, Fozzie, they've all got families. But that's that. So I don't know who else reads credits, but unless they're looking for particular names, for some reason. Anyways, complete distraction. It has nothing to do with this. I mean, I've got my acknowledgements in my book, but I don't expect anybody other than the people mentioned therein and their friends and family to read those acknowledgements. So, here it's Caelin's documents. Your Majesty, my men will arrive as soon as possible to bolster your forces. Make your willing this blight will be ended before it has begun. Caelin, I beseech you, as your uncle, not to join the Grey Wardens on the field. You cannot afford to take this risk. Oh, this is from his uncle, from Teyrn Loghain. You cannot afford to take this risk. Ferelden cannot afford it. Let me remind you again that you do not have an heir. Your death, and it pains me to even think of it, would plunge Ferelden into chaos. And he was right. It did. Of course, he was the one doing the chaos, but hey. I guess that helps. Oh, no, this is not from Loghain. This is from Arl Eamon. Okay. That makes sense, too. Let's see. Okay, then let me teach you as your uncle not to join the Grey Wardens. Well, and yes, perhaps when this is over, but he was still right. And yes, perhaps when this is over, you will allow me to bring up the subject of your heir, while a son from both Tyrion and MacTyr lines would unite for Eldon like no other, we must accept that perhaps this can never be. The Queen approaches her 30th year, and her ability to give you a child lessens with each passing month. Ooh, that's a little on the... yeah. I submit to you again that it might be time to put Anora aside. We parted harshly in the last time I spoke of this, but it has been a full year since then, and nothing has changed. Please, nephew, consider my words, and Andraste's grace be with you. Yes, your wife is a wise old crone at 30 years and should be put aside because she's now useless to you. Yeah. It's good. Good job of capturing the misogyny that is so prevalent in the Middle Ages. And, you know, now.
Never is a long time, Alistair. Give it time, and let cooler heads prevail. There will be peace between us yet.
Well, I hope you live to see it, Will.
Oh, God.
And I hope the Darkspawn don't.
Let's hope both those things. Yes. Okay, let's see how much further we can get in the next few minutes here. Where did we come from? Where am I going? I went south. Oh, I probably want to go east. Yeah, let's check out south, because I haven't been there yet. Hey, look, a bunch of Darkspawn. Things are trying to kill us. I must be going the right way. I'm gonna poison my swords, too. Fighters when there's archers about. Everybody keeps dying before you can get to them. Peter gloves. Light gloves, rapid aim, +2 armor penetration. Those might be very useful for my archer, speaking of. Liliana, what kind of gloves are you wearing? Cultist leather gloves. How about... let's see, slight less armor. Oh, cultist gloves give her +2 attack. These give her rapid aim, +2 armor penetration. So she could probably fight faster. Is that better than +2 attack? And it goes through armor better. So yes.
As you desire.
Let's see any more genlocks. I like having a little sparkly thing showing me the ones I haven't looted yet.
I would watch out, were I you.
Oh, hey. Look, guys, I found a trap. Where's the disarm? Or disarm it. Can I go around it? I can go around it, but my companions won't. Because they're stupid. Yeah. Okay. Just attack vanilla. Almost overwhelms my computer having this many people on it at once. I can't move my character. Wow. Close quarters fighting, that was fun. That'd be a fun one to describe too, right? As we cannot maneuver, it was so tight. Oops, I just came from there. Okay. Oh, oops. Oh, there wasn't anything important down there. Okay, here's some more crates. Let's loot the crates, loot the people, grab some more arrows. Speaking of arrows, hey Liliana, you want some magic arrows? Ice arrow, fire arrow. Fire would be better for Darkspawn. Actually, I don't think I want to give those her yet. I'm going to wait until we get into something important. Oh, no, she's only got a limited number of those, and she goes through them fast. Okay, Marnik's Blade. Oh yeah, hey. Alistair, what do you think about using Marnik's Sword? Not as good as the one you have, Templar Knight's Longsword. Let's see. Plus 6 damage for Darkspawn, though. Okay. I'll go back to camp and stick some runes in it and then give it to him. I think it'll be better sword once I do that. Okay, that's where I came from. That's where I'm going. Or I'm not. Okay, and it is 11:30, so this is a good place to stop. Now that I'm completely lost and have no idea where I am or where to go. Ugh. This thing is very hard to navigate. Okay. Am I just running around in circles now? Here we go, there's a hall. Okay. I will go south this time. Or north. Or something. Where am I going? Where have I not been yet? North and then east. But I'm going to stop here. That was a good place. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us once again. Did I save? Thank you for joining us. Everybody on YouTube, thank you for joining us there too. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave comments if you have any questions or, comments.